Well, hello. It's the Gaming Grandma, and I'm back, and I hope you are too. Hope everybody's feeling good today. We're gonna play some Return to Moria. If you've been following this character, she's been doing some building with you guys' help. So I'll start by giving a little tour of what we've accomplished since I was last here. And then we'll probably do another tour a little bit later for anybody else that comes in that wanted to see what the final outcome was. So anyway, this is Faelin. And I haven't named her compound yet. Usually I give them a name of some sort, like last time it was Quinn's Arboretum. And I've had the dragon inn, the purple dragon inn. So maybe, I don't know, Phelan's Fortress or something. I'm still thinking on it. Anyway, we were building the house the last time I was on here. And since then, I've done some decorating and some final touch. We've got the Entwood and Elvenwood and Ironwood pieces from the Entwood DLC. And I think, given I've tried to keep all the trees, as many as I could, I thought it would be nice to also have the vines. So we got that going on. And then let's look at the main house. We've finished up the kitchen. We've got some brew going. Let's see, we've got the Scour Pilsner is brewing. We've got Fanghorn Drought. We've got Mirvor. Let's see, what else can we craft? We can do the Orcish Medicine, but I don't want to. I don't like it. But I will do the Smoked Mead because it does improve your stamina and helps increase damage resistance. We've also got the Fanghorn Drought. We've already got it ready. And it is the Entwood brews, and it increases damage reduction, and it really works well. And I drink it last of all my, if I do a whole bunch all at once, I drink it last. Well, hi Mike. I don't know if you were following the building that I was doing in this place, but I'm giving a little tour, and you came in just in time. Thank you very much. So we've got some brews going. Let's see, what do I got? I don't have anything up here yet. We will probably wait until we get some other brews that I want to use. The dark eye is good if you're going to be down and in the dark, but I have the Eregion armor, so I'll use that. Hi, Sir Cicero. Just getting started. I'm glad you're here. This is one I've been building for the last week, and so we're doing a little tour. We've got some brew going. Let's get some more. The dried fruit works really well, and I got plenty of apples, so let's get that going. I have organized the kitchen. I still have room for my stove over here when I unlock the stove. Yeah, I thought I'd make use of this space over here. If you put the wood posts in, they kind of attach themselves to the post or the wall. A little crowded in here, but I can get to everything. So it works, yeah. So we've got storage under the stairs. I like to put my gold pile and my ability to honor out here by the mapstone. And I got my repair smithy and everything there. We got that going on. And then upstairs, the second floor, displaying some of the Orc Hunter decorations you can use if you've got that DLC. And I've got everything I've opened so far. I think I've actually opened all the crafting stations, I'm thinking. And then I've organized all my materials that I need, like, you know, my crafting materials and leathers, and still have some space I haven't used yet, but got that all nice and organized. And then because I didn't want to take up more room for stairs, I actually, based on a suggestion by Alaskan Care Gaming, I did something and wrapped it around the back of the house. And so that's our access to our master suite. I had initially thought this would be, you know, a garden area, but then I thought, well, if I did the bedroom up here, then I could use the second floor for craft supplies and stuff. So I like it, and this is just a garden for pretty. I probably won't, you know, plant anything up as far as things I would take to use. So it's just pretty, you know, pretty much non-functional, but that's all right. I wanted it to be pretty. And outer walls, like my defenses. That was one thing I was working on the other day. Oh, and we got our evening ale, of course. Hi, Alan. Boy, I got all my favorites jumping in here. Just giving a little tour of this place I've been working on. A lot of folks have helped. You may have popped in here too as I was building this. So now we've got it all decorated, all organized. And I moved my storage, and so Cicero wants to see my outer defenses, which I did finally get to. So we have a door over here. I've also done the Orc Hunter lights and posts, pikes, and got the wall displays. So I have changed these all to adamant now. You know, stronger the better. But so far when I get a siege, they don't show up very often. But this hallway, one time I came out here and there was like 12 of these goblins, and they just hover around my Elsbreth blessing, which is really rotten. And I'm looking and seeing I should probably hang some lights out here. Let's see, I'm a little too far away for... Let's put a little hearth real quick so I can put some lights out here. We'll put some more of these. I really like them. I mean, you know, maybe it'll scare the orcs away too. Just finished some cake and ice cream left over from your birthday. Aw, man, I love birthday parties. Absolutely think that's something you should totally celebrate. All right, let's put some of those spikes out here too. Give them something to look at when they think they're going to come and attack me. So I finished this up yesterday. Redid all the storage as well, so we're going to go look at that. So this is one door. These are also adamant. I used the sloped walls and then granite stairs. And we will move that. Don't want to encourage them to beat on the wall any more than they already do. And I have used these drake skeletons. Look at these. I sunk them in the ground a little bit so you can't see the little platform they sit on. I think it looks so cool, doesn't it? Ah, I just love it. That was pretty cool when I realized I could sink that in there. And we've got our fell beast head up there. And I will put one of the lamps there so you can see it good. Yeah, doesn't it look neat in the trees like that? Let's get this up here so you have some light on the fell beast. The fell beast, I would have loved to put it like on the front door in the house somewhere, but it protrudes so far. It's like I couldn't find a spot that either I wouldn't hit my head on or otherwise wouldn't be in the way. All right, so I've got another drake over here just hanging out. Looks like I could sink him a little bit more. I didn't realize I could do it at first, so I had to get it figured out. Let's see. I had this one, I think, in here, right? Let's get up, up, get up out of there. Jump. Why can't I jump? There we go. Let's try that again. Anyway, I've had a lot of fun with these decorations. They are so cool. But yeah, you can sink him. Makes it look like he's in the tar pits or something, right? Dun, dun, dun. Very cool. Got my garden going over here. Right now I got a lot of oats in there. And just about, I can have my mushrooms over there too. It's kind of interesting. Usually you can't get your mushrooms everywhere.
Quiet.
And then this is the other exit. And I need to do some hunting, and conveniently right outside my door. And it's funny, when they do a siege on this side, they just run around aimlessly. And then every once in a while, one of them will come over and beat on the door. But most of the time, they just kind of run around like they have no brain. I'll put some light in here too. Let's... Hi, Ice Mean Demon Minecraft. How you doing, Andy? I hear you're having a going away party today. Maybe you already had it. But if you and I can connect, I will help you with that streaming question you had. It's funny, somebody thinking they can get tech help from me, but that is something I can help with, because I did start streaming strictly on YouTube. All right, let's get a light out here. All right, so that's the exterior there. And let me show you where I've moved my storage. If you were watching me, I did the storage over here, and then I decided I did not like it there. So I have made an area over here by my forge that I have put together over here. So here is the forge area, which I actually think looks pretty dressy for a forge area. So we've got all the things we need to forge, including my iron ingots. And then this is the storage I set up. So over here we got all the ores. Even got them labeled before I even get them all. And then woods and building supplies over here. And then I have a few extra empty ones for any overflow that might occur. And as I was building stuff, I realized, like, I'm completely out of copper, almost out of iron. So I need to go get some stuff, and hide. I need to do some hide. And then the other thing I'd wanted to do was a display for weapons and armor. And I was wondering if I would do like another building, and decided I would not do a building. So I'm going to show you how I have displayed my armor in one of my last builds. So this is an adamant block. And then make it wide enough for what I'm going to do. I add a granite block to the back side of it. If I can get it here nice and there we go. Then you can put your armor stand on here. And I've already got some armor I can put on it. I pull it forward, and the reason I pull it forward and make it a little wider is because on the back I put a shield display, and I found that if the mannequin is too close, then you can't put the shield or the wall display on it. Now on this, I will put whatever shield I might have used with that particular set of armor. And then I will do another display on the front. And for some reason, I have an easier time getting it on the front with the mannequin there. And on the front, I will put whatever weapon I might have been using when I was at this level. So we've got 2 setups here. So that's how I display the armor. Let's see what weapon I had. Already put a weapon here. So we'll put this, no, let's put this one. That's one of the early ones you use. So then I'll put the weapon in the front. There we go. And I might do some different lighting, you know, to help it become more present. So I will start with, you know, the early armor and stuff you get at the beginning of the game, and that'll be all in the back row. And then as I get armor, I'll add a new row. I did a kind of a character named Quinn that I did as a series on my PlayStation, and this was the design I first used for that character. In fact, I just posted one on YouTube. When the Steam event was happening 2 weeks ago, they asked for a video to use to fill in if there was no streamer. And so I had done a video of Quinn's place demonstrating the Orc Hunter gear. And so if you want to check her out, I hadn't posted that online yet until it was given the go-ahead after the event. All right. So we're going to put, this would have been one of the next level, you know, the steel that you get. And sometimes when I get these Blue Mountain Hunter boots, I will add them to the Iron Hills armor just to get you a little more armor. It's kind of the first pants you get. And I love this gatherer's hat, and when I wore a hat all the time, this was my favorite one, but it's only a tier 1, so eventually I would change it out. All right, and let's put our bow on a wall display. Here we go. Got our bow up. So, I think that turned out quite well. Like I said, I might change the lighting. Sometimes if you put like one of the little lights back there, it'll help display it a little better. I'll have to make a shield. Maybe I'll make the Iron Hills shield and I'll put it on the other one, and I'll put the level 2 heirloom shield on this one. Oh, that was crooked. Have to, oh, gonna go into lurk mode. Okay. Rough week, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cicero. I hope the day gets better. But thanks for popping in for as long as you did. All right, let me get this a little more centered, and then we will, kind of a hard spot right here, isn't it? Let's see what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so I need one more shield, and we'll do that later. So this is what I've set up for Miss Faelin here. And we've got a little troll furniture to sit on when we come back from a hard day's battling of orcs and trolls. I don't know, I thought it turned out pretty good. All right, let's make some breakfast and we'll get out there. We're gonna continue. I believe we were down in the deeps. That reminds me, I took out I had the grist mill back in this corner, But then I realized I needed more room for my brews. I'm also going to need room for my stove. So the grist mill might end up out here. Or I could put it over by the garden, but I'll put it right here. Oh, and I've got the well springs. You might have noticed I got the welling springs all around the place. There we go. We got plenty of wheat. Let's make some oat milk. I haven't made any oat milk yet. Then we can make cookies once you make the dough. Yum. Never hurts to have a cookie after you've killed some orcs. My friends threw a bag over my head and dragged me out of bed this morning. Oh, that's all wrong, Andy. I hope they at least gave you breakfast. So let's eat. So where are we going to head out to? Let's look at we've got all our supplies. We've got enough stuff now to make Durin's lamps. And just keep in mind, a lot of this stuff that I have is because I brought in materials that I wouldn't normally have with me, because she's barely made it down to the deeps. So I brought in stuff to help me build and do things. So if you are curious about, well, why do you have that open already? Well, I was using it to build. Usually I like to do like a straight, serious run through, but this time I wanted to build and do a run through. All right, so it looks like on the second level, we've got some space to fill out. I think I ran down to the deep so I could get granite for the building. Looks like we finished up the flooded and cavern deeps to the best of my knowledge. We got a little bit more mining to do in the King's Mine, which I need to do because I am out of copper and tin. And I know you use tin to make the Shanor ingots that we'll need later. So we're going to go do that. So let's see. Let's go ahead and I like to kind of do stuff in order. Yeah, we went to Taco Bell, and in true big back fashion, I had the whole place chanting as I ate 25 tacos. You obviously are an adolescent because they're the only people I know that can eat 25 tacos. So I'm thinking I think you are, right? Didn't you tell me 16 or 17? That's why I convinced my grandson to hang out with us that night. So how old are you now? That was for your going away party. So you got to have a birthday coming up soon, I guess. Alan had his birthday yesterday, right, Alan? Okay. I like to finish levels. I'm one of those. I like to do things in order. So let's finish our first level out here. 16 going on 17. Awesome. Yes, enjoy eating 25 tacos and getting bags thrown over your head, and you get old and it's like, it's boring. Unless you become a streamer at 60. All right, let's go to the first level. Looks like I have a map stone there. Let's see, what is that one called? I've got that old map stone that I can actually take up at the old place. All right, which one is this? Your tummy hurts? Aw. Little baking soda and water ought to fix that right up. Oh, the Baja Blast. Oh, okay. So Mapstone, Durance Highway. I think we went there to get the Miravor Brew. But let's go finish out as much as we can there. I don't want to get too far into the Bastion because those are bad guys. All right. So, first level, Durance Highway. I've got an advanced weapon for the level I'm at. Normally you'd only have like a level 2 weapon, but because I've got the Orc Hunter DLC and I went and got the materials, I have the Frightener's axe. All right, let's see what's behind door number 1. And I still need to get more metal fragments. I've got plenty of wood because I was mining and mining and mining ubasam wood so I could do all that building. And the tool I was using also had the rune on it for ironwood, so I got some of that too. You're going clubbing till 5 p.m. Oh, well, have some fun. Be safe, as Grandma says, be safe. But have fun. And I do not need any more stone, but I'm going to pick it up and drop it, because if I don't pick it up, it will just get sucked into my bag every time I walk through there. So we're just going to drop it over here. We do not need 3 stacks of stone. Bye, Andy. Have a great day. All right. All right, let's get... Now we do not need the ranger pages. We've already got the mirror. So we're going to leave those. Oh, hey. I didn't attack you. That was rude. Now, come on. Get as much of it up there as I can. And we're going to do the same thing. Oh, hello. Are you a watcher or a fighter?
Orcs! We got orcs!
Up, just a watcher. What a loser. Oh, and I guess I better be killing some pack rats, snack rats, because I'm also running out of food. Been so busy building, I'm not doing the hunting I would normally be doing. I only have like 2 hides left, and I usually have a lot more hides by now. Sorry, wolf. I've been feeling pretty cocky because I have this tier 4 weapon, but we'll see how long that lasts when I get up to the level that it's appropriate for or used for. Oop, oop, oop. Ah, man. I don't have a shield for this weapon, so didn't block very well. Alright. Is this also a crossroads? Let's look. 'Cause sometimes you start getting the Iron Heart Stout, which is a bastion one. And that was not a bastion one. Let's make sure. Oh, there we go. We got a fallen dwarf to honor. That'll give us the hero's spirit. All right. So we're getting into a yellow tab. So yellow usually means like the Red Eye Stronghold orcs. And I don't want to go play with them. So we're going to just put up. It also would take you to the Dimral Gate, and you'd probably see one of the big bosses. And I don't know if I want to go ahead and go through and open that up or not. Sometimes you open it up and you come right into a camp. Sometimes you open it up and you can get out to the bridge without too much trouble. Are we feeling lucky today? Let's put a map stone. Let's put a map stone a little closer in case we die. Which is a possibility because I am playing this on normal, which I've never done without any customization. Usually I at least turn the horde down, or the aggression. We just got the one guy. I can repair that, but if I try to repair it, he will come and hit me, I'm sure. And those are wargs. And we'll let him fight the wargs.
Watch out, wargs!
Oftentimes the warg wins, though. See that? Killed him dead. Wow, look, that's pretty nice. I got wound it up. All right, let's fix this. And we'll go through the wall and we'll see if we can get out to the gate without getting dead. Oh, you're supposed to sing. Don't forget to sing. So later today, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Triple Ds will be their final episode. We have found her, and we are ready to take her on and get out that Dimral gate. So if you're able, come by the channel here, or YouTube or Twitch, and you should be able to see the Triple Ds do their final battle today. We were really close last time, but we were like 30 minutes away from ending our stream slot for the Steam event. And we wouldn't have had time to do that and do all the steps you have to do after. Alright. Put your weapon back on. Boy, sounds like... I'm going to go up. Whoa! What the heck? That was weird. Too bad I got this big, this god pick on though. It'll make a much bigger opening.
Die, you beast!
All right. Yeah. I don't think I want to go in here, do I? Because it looks like I'll have to go upstairs, and almost every time I've gone up these stairs to get to the gate, I run into a camp. So I just don't have the armor. I have a weapon that might get me through it, but don't have the armor. So we'll wait. We'll wait a little bit longer, and that's okay. We will go ahead and just leave this map stone here, and let's label it. Let's see, what are we going to call it? Let's call it, let's see, we'll call it near the bridge. And that will remind me. Okay, so let's go back to this one, Durance Highway, and go out that other side. And it will also probably take us to a yellow area. And I shall tread lightly while I'm wearing, I think I've only got on, oh, I got on tier 2. Yeah, tier 2. And you'd almost always start that area with the Belaghost armor. So I'd rather not go in there. Okay. We are also going to sneak up there, see what's through here. I don't hear anybody. Doesn't mean they're not there. Ah, it just goes to a dead end, it looks like. So no need to go there. Of course, sometimes a dead end isn't a dead end. Hey, Alan. Hey, just call me Gigi when I'm on here. Don't have to be so formal. I try to hang that hat up during the weekend. I hope you're well, and I hope your babies are good. I need more pictures. You have the most beautiful children. I'm good, Alan. I hope you are as well. Loving my new hobby. It's been almost a year now. I'll have to check my anniversary date of when I started. So you have a very new baby and a toddler. All right. All right, we are just going to go ahead and see if there's any fallen dwarves, make sure there's no secret passages. Sometimes it'll look like a dead end, but it's not. But this one is. All right, so we've cleared that area out. Kind of a waste of time just to go there for a dead end. We got 2 Allens going in here today. All right, so am I close enough to where I could just... Yeah, I think I'll pick this one up and we'll head back over there to the stairs. I hate having a bunch of map stones around. Even if I do have the diamonds, I still hate to do it. Let's see, I'm going to start taking darkness hits, so let's put on our Region armor. Then we not only see, but we don't take the darkness hits, the darkness debuff. Hey, Mr. Goblin Man.
That's all you got.
And I do need to be gathering supplies. I've been so focused on building, and I've been here 75 days, and I still don't have as many hides as I would normally have, and I don't have as much of the food or the ore that I normally would have. So there will be a little mining today. Chicken. Oh, out of stamina. Let's drop what we don't need. I picked up those, these Muznakons are down in the deep, but I wanted to finish up this level before I went back down there. I'm kind of methodical. Everybody's got a different play style. I was talking about that with Jubo. Some people, you know, they don't worry about if they're on the same level or they finish that level. They like to run through, do it quick, and you know, stop when they need to. And other people, they like to do it methodical, and others, they, you know, especially in Sandbox. I mean, you can go to any tier you want if you can get there. You can go all the way to the Shadow Orc area if you want. But that's what I don't want, right? I don't want to be there when I've got tier 1 armor on. My very, very first Sandbox, that's exactly what I did. I had no idea that the colored tabs meant a different area. And I walked through into a yellow area not knowing, with tier 1 gear, ran into a bunch of Red Eye Stronghold orcs. And I must have died 3 or 4 times because the problem is I had to keep going back where they killed me, and it was one of those areas where they were always there. It was just one of those areas where every time I came back, the guys were still there. I walked through to get my body. There they were. They'd kill me again. It was tough. Eventually, I got out of there, but that's exactly what I don't like. I'm a big chicken. All right, so we are in, what is this, second stair? Yeah, second stair. Second stair is going to go down. That is probably how I got down to the deeps. We can go to the second level and finish that off. But that is also second stair. So that's how I got down to the first deep. And you see there's some yellow there. I think I'll end up going down there though, because sometimes there's different landings in the stairwell that will go to a different level of the first deep, which can be really confusing. So there might be more to it in the mines. So let's see, what are we going to do? Let's go into Orc Town and use that map stone. I think I left it there to go back and do some mining. A little bit of... We will try to do a little hide farming if we can run into some critters. Doesn't look like it though. Looks like I've got to go right back in, probably this way. Whoops. Must be another way in and I just didn't see it. Yep, there was another way in. All right. So where do I have the map stone? Makes it look like it should be right here. This is what I mean about different levels. Let's see. What fathom? I'm at 221. 20 yards away. Looks like I'm right on top of it. Usually I put it in like a little side alcove. I've never put one right in the middle out here. How strange is that? Alright, so we're going to take this and go down to... Where are we going? Going to the second level. Probably Stonegate. Yeah, let's finish off Stonegate. Probably don't need a lot of the resources here, but you do find rations, and I could use more copper and iron. It looks like I didn't fix that statue. Probably don't need it now though, we'll see. Yeah, I've already repaired all the statues I need to for this level. But we'll go in and get some resources. See, there's some rations. This might be a box. A lot of time those cases have different box in them. Love the power and the warding a box, but I will use the other ones when in a big battle. So I got some swift. Definitely got to pick up cloth. You need cloth if you want to make Numenorian cloth, so you can you know, make rugs and banners. And I love some banners. Love the purple banners, of course. Oh, and I'm starving. Better eat something. Alright. You have to sleep though, if you want the blessing to grow, and if you want the welling spring to grow. I don't really need that right now because I've already decorated with all the wood I would like to. But definitely need to keep the blessing growing. Oh, just creepy hanging out here in the dark, huh? 336. See, when you have a higher tier weapon, you can do some serious damage. Even though I don't need this, I'm going to replace it or repair it anyway. Okay. I'm going to be using it to light fires. I might as well go ahead and pick up the wood and replace what I used. Whoa! That's why you repair the floor before you start swinging. Good thing I didn't want to keep this building. Okay, that helps me know I've already searched it. Never pass up cranberries until you're sure you have plenty. Use those for the cookies. You use those for brew. You use those for your roasted fruit. Definitely take the time to get plenty of cranberries. One time I had like 700 cranberries because I just kept collecting them.
Orcs, we got orcs.
And then I was growing them, so I just ended up with a massive amount of cranberries. Some worlds you can't find them. Some worlds you go into like the cranberry house and you might have one patch. In other words, worlds you go in there and there's 15 patches. It's very fickle. Alright, let's go ahead and get the coal. Since I've got the God pick, it does make for quick mining. And if we find some iron, we will have to stop and get it because I'm woefully low on iron. We don't need the coal though, or the stone though. And we got some more watchers. Apparently already looted that one. Probably just did it 5 seconds ago, right? That's how my memory is. Alan Henry Melson knows how bad my memory is because he would have to explain things to me on more than one occasion. Tyler, thanks for coming in. You have been one of the ones following this character while she was building, right? I've got it all finished, so we'll head back there so you can see the final product. But first, let's show these orcs they do not belong here. You're not going to find Maya here.
Ah, that's one more for
You'll
me.
find Faelin.
Perfect.
Got me backed in a corner here. Yep, missed yesterday though because it was your mom's birthday. We've had a couple of birthdays. Alan, what is it, 1701? Alan C. also had a birthday. Kept seeing notifications for everyone going live and I couldn't watch anyone. That's frustrating, huh? You're like, but I want to play too. All right. But I will give you a tour. I think it turned out very nice. Boy, though, you don't know how many times I had to go mining for Ubasan wood. And I went to another world and it was like, I'm just going to get some from another world. It was getting ridiculous how many I was having to hunt down for everything I was doing. You need it for the Orc Hunter, for most of those Orc Hunter decorations and stuff. And then the Elven wood for the Entwood stuff. Hello guys. Haha. Got all of ya. One swing. Yeah, I played a little God of War yesterday. I started God of War Ragnarok. It's gonna do that Friday mornings. I am giving up the Dragon Wilds one, or the RuneScape Dragon Wilds one I was doing Sunday afternoons, if any of you were following that. I think the crew I was playing with are going to continue, but I was like, you know what? I need one weekend afternoon to actually be responsible, do a little gardening, you know. My yard needs a little weeding, my flower beds. But I have so much time, you know, fun doing this. I get lost in it, and the next thing I know, I'm like, oh my God, look at all the weeds. So maybe I'll get lucky, and on the days it rains, I will pop in and do something. And it rains a lot, but we are going into summer, so there won't be as much as usual. In fact, next week, we might even hit 80, which happens some in August, September, but not as often in July, so it'd be nice. We get quite a bit warmer though, because we're up out of town. We have a couple rivers here, and on days like that, people go upriver and it'll be 90 degrees up there when it's 75 in town, and you don't even have to go that far. And people swim and tube and kayak, and I kayaked once. We kayaked down river and out into the harbor. That was fun. Boy, were my arms and shoulders tired though. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get this ore, because we are definitely out of ore. See, if I didn't have this God pick, I probably wouldn't do it, because it can take so long to mine. But let's see if I can get in there. It's raining iron. Oops. Okay, gotta drop some stuff here. Yes, pick up the iron. Need more iron. Okay, looks like we are full. Metal fragments. Given how low tier I am in my armor, I definitely need to be able to repair as often as possible. Let's eat. And I'm tired, so Let me get back to that map stone. We'll go back, dump our stuff, drink some ale because it will help get rid of the tired. This was a dead end. This would have been a great area to build a base too, since it's a dead end, huh? Couple of buildings, but I was ready. I was ready to start my own base. And I think it turned out pretty good. We'll come back and finish that off, that little area. Oh, there's another statue.
What's that?
Nothing. You didn't see nothing. Alright. Did we look in here for rations? Sometimes we got seeds back here. And a broken floor. Were there seeds, but I couldn't, yeah, there were seeds, but I couldn't pick them up. Let's see. What are we going to drop? Let's drop these. I do have the shelves up, but I'd rather get the seeds for now. They were the same, so I could take one more. Oh, inventory's full of that too. Oh, I broke the stairs. Oh well, okay. Let's get back to our... Let's see, where did I put it? Over here. All right. So I haven't named my place yet. Elven Gardens, I think that's me, right? I need to there it is, yep. Let's take off our bright, shiny headlight clothes. All right, Tyler, you ready for a tour? We can give a tour while we're putting stuff away. And let's start some breakfast. We'll start some lunch because that's what I got. Poised and ready. So the kitchen, of course, got storage under the stairs, got all of our ales that we can make, that I want to make, ready to go. I'm going to put away the groceries. Then we got our nice upstairs. This is the craft area and a little decoration with the Orc Hunter stuff. We've got all our crafting stations. And we've got storage. Put storage away. We got leather off those wargs. And we've got, let's see, a box. I end up putting my memorial stones in there too. Oops, that goes in. Actually, I got all my Orc Hunter stuff. I have so much because one of my fellow players gave me a bunch of Orc stuff, like 100 of everything, so that I could do the demos for the stream, the Steam stream. So I have just way too many, but I will take it. I'll take it to other worlds, and if somebody needs it, I'll share with them. I definitely have more gold. I could make some more gold piles. All right, so this is the craft. It's pretty bright in here. I could probably take out a few lights. Then we did wraparound stairs, so I wouldn't take up more of the craft room. And this is the master suite. And I initially was just going to use this as, you know, garden and seeding. And you and I think Alan, we were all debating on whether we wanted it to be opened or closed. I've left it closed just because of how bright it gets. But I think the bed turned out pretty cool. We have a little garden. We can oversee our domain. Got more of the orc hunter stuff. I'll show you that. But I thought this turned out pretty cool. I finished all these off with the Entwood ironwood lattices, just to make it look a little fancy. It did turn out pretty nice. I'm pleased with it. I've done quite a few bases, and some of them are just, you know, I like more than others. But every base has something unique about it. All right, let's eat some food. Hey, Jedi Alan. Thanks for coming. So, I did put in some of the Orc Hunter stuff. Got some pikes and some stuff. And then I had a little fun with the drakes. I hid their bones in and among the trees. Isn't that cool? You can sink them down so you can get rid of the little platform that they sit on. I thought that was pretty awesome. And this one reminded me of like the La Brea tar pits or something in LA. So I got him in there. Got me a fell beast. I wanted to put it inside. I was explaining earlier that it protrudes so far. I couldn't figure out where I wanted it. I thought, oh, I'm going to put it above the front door, and then I couldn't really get it to fit there. So it's just hanging out here. And then I've got another. Look at this guy. I wonder, should I put a light here so you can see him better, or is it fun because it's kind of spooky the way he's sticking his head out of the trees? Very fun. And I got another one of his buddies back here. You know, if any orcs get in here and they see that I like to kill and skin drakes, they'll think better of it. And then I had put storage behind the house. I changed my mind. So I built a storage area and forge area over here. Got everything I need. And I got my storage. So what are we putting away? We got a little extra wood scraps. So this side is kind of building. Look, I have plenty of wood. I don't know why I felt like I needed to collect more. So building stuff are here on the bottom. Your adamant, or woods are all on the bottom. Then you've got your stones and adamants and granites up here. Did I end up bringing back more? Oh, good, I did not. Sometimes I bring it back even when I don't mean to. Then we've got all our ore over here. Someone on Discord showed embedding a Felby's head into the wall the other day so it didn't stick out so far. That is a good idea, actually. Yeah. I'll have to figure out where I want to put it then. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I mean, I thought of the fact that you could put the drakes in the ground, but I didn't think about that. Look at my copper tin is pitiful. I have not even a full stack of copper. I usually have full chests by now. I've been so busy building, I haven't been doing the mining. I would normally like go after mine after stream, but I was building while I was streaming. All right, so we've got some time. We can go plant. So we got the garden over here. Another drake stuck in the tar pit. I suppose if I need some more coal, I can always dig that out. All right, let's plant some thyme. Should probably bring some other stuff out here to plant. I definitely have plenty of poison mushrooms, so I will have to plant just regular mushrooms, I think. So I think I will not plant anymore. It stuck in my head because I was trying to remember who it was that didn't like how long their necks are. Yeah, I think a lot of us have had that kind of opinion. The first person I saw recess one of the drakes, they actually recessed it in a wall and put a plant in front of it, like one of the indoor decoration plants. And so it looked like it was that one from Jurassic Park where he sticks his head out between the bushes. So I got that idea, but sinking it into the ground, and I tried that. I tried putting it in the wall, and I just couldn't get it as nice as he did. So I just sunk my platforms. All right, I have plenty of apples. I don't need more apples. Why did I just eat that? I was trying to put away my weapon. I did it again. Okay. So let's grab some mushrooms. I've got plenty of wheat, it looks like. In fact, I can make more. Let's grow some mushrooms. What else do we want to grow? Let's grow some sunions. I'll put this out by the garden. Let's grow some more of that and grow some more of that. Ooh, let's grow some more of that. That's the great thing about the RTM community. Everyone inspires each other to try new things. Absolutely. I may have already asked this, but do you post stuff, Tyler, of the stuff you do? I try to check on everybody's pages and see what they're up to. Let's see, where am I going? Over here to the garden. Still getting used to where everything is. All right, this back row, this area worked out perfectly because I got this back area that does mushrooms, and usually I have to like, go to a totally different area to do the mushrooms compared to the, I haven't for a while. I need to get back into it. Yeah, people, like you said, people love to see what you're doing. That's still growing. Let's plant some. Let's plant some sunions. Oh, look, it just popped right out of the ground. That's pretty cool. Olive bloom. Oops. Nope. 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 Uproot. I've got all this stuff planted up by my bed, but I didn't want to keep taking it out and keep planting it. I thought I'd just leave it there for something pretty. I use a lot of ole. What else do I got here? Some beans. You use that for a couple recipes, like the curry, right? Do I have any other seeds? Nope. I could make a few more planters. I might do some tree wells, but you know, some of these areas here, I could put a couple tree wells. All right, what am I gonna plant here? Let's do this, because you use this in the Miravor. I'll go ahead, yeah, do one more of these. Thought I had more seeds, but I guess I do not. Anyway, let's see. Can we do a couple of tree wells here? Do I have enough? You can do just a regular old tree bed if you have enough droppings, which I do, or you can put them in a tree well. I'm only going to probably be able to do one or two. Let's see. Let's do one of these. It's pretty. We will have to grab some cuttings, which I think I have in the wood box. see, can I make any more? Not any tree ones. Alright, we'll get a couple trees going. I get everything put away. Got a few more things to put away. Where am I going? Over here. So this is my forage area. Tyler, I changed where I was storing stuff. I don't know if you were here, I was behind the building before. And I decided to make a nice area for forage and storage. And this will be where the big furnace and the big forge will go. I'll put those there. And then we've got armor and weapons over here. I think I'm going to do some different lighting, but I think it turned out pretty darn nice. Let's get our oat milk and let's make some dough. I like the idea of eating cookies, right? When you're out adventuring. I need more milled oats though. Alright, let's put the rest of our stuff away, and I think we will go ahead and sleep. So I can make sure the blessing is growing. I haven't got any eggs. That's something else I haven't been doing. Usually I climb around and get eggs and feathers because you need the feathers for your bolts for your crossbow. Oh, let me see, I got a tome I can put away. I have a, nope. Everything else is, look at it, I don't have very many iron ingots. I like to have a stack with me to make repair smithies and stuff. Let's put the food away. All right, let's go have some ale and sleep. Have to put a, what do you call it, an eye mask, eye cover mask. It's so bright in here. Oh, ale, ale. Got my little ale over here in the corner. Let's do a little dance on this warg's head. Poke it in the eye.
Poor little bagging sat for tea, grumpy as a hobbit could be. When the ballad rang, and what did he see? 5 more guests a-waiting for he. They hung right up the hoods they wore, but told him not that there'd be more. They poured the milk on the pantry floor when Dory and Nori and Dory and Owen.
It's one of the things I like when you can do multiplayer, right? Get everybody singing all together.
I love that
I love
song.
it. One of my favorite features of group play. And let's sleep. All right, we got the Orc Hunter buff. Cool. Maybe I should get a fireman pole so I can get down from upstairs faster. All right. Tyler, I don't know if you hear when I mentioned, but at 2 p.m. Pacific time, we will be, the Triple Ds will be finishing out their adventure today. It'll be the finale. So if you want to check that out, like I said, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, the trees should be able to grow there. All right, let's go finish out Stone Gate. I wonder if I should build some kind of gazebo over this, huh? That might be a fun little side project. Let's get some more rations. I don't think I've named it yet. Let's take these 2 and these 2. We're funny. We can be a little raunchy. But that makes it funny, right? I put my extra fragments here by my thing. Oh, I was going to get more ingots. Sometimes when you make things, it takes the ingots out of your backpack instead of out of your storage. That is so frustrating. So I like to keep a full stack with me. A very irreverent sense of humor. I'm very sardonic, I think. Sarcastic for sure, but sometimes just sardonic. And if I said everything that I'm thinking, I would probably get censored. Alright, so back to Stonegate. Right? That's where we're going? Yep, Stonegate. Finish that out. And then we'll go down and continue to explore the deeps. Alright, let's go ahead and pick this up. I just hate having it laying around and then it jumps into my backpack when I don't want it in there. Alright. Did I get this already? I try to remember to break them so I don't keep looking at it. Oops, that's broken. More cranberries. Ah, there's some more iron too. So we can get some more iron. Oh, nice little patch of cranberries in here. Oh, you know what I didn't do is I didn't drink any brew on my way out. The smoked mead would be good, as well as the fangorn, because they both help decrease damage and increase your stamina. And that's something I haven't found yet, is the hobgoblet. That's the one that really, you put that with the smoked mead, you've got stamina for days. We're going to take a moment to mine because I need stuff. What do we got? Good, it's more iron. We can do this quick though. We got the god pick. Sometimes you do it so quick you don't even have a chance to sing the song.
This gifted pearl from
Oops.
Another time.
I wanted to sing a little bit more. Alright, what do we got on this side? Might be more coal, but that's okay. That's something else you just seem to need a lot of, is the coal, right? Make fires and to cook your, run your furnace. I don't know about any of you guys. If you live in the States, we had our 4th of July last night. And of course the town does fireworks, but we're far enough away that it's not terrible. You know, we can hear it off in the distance. But the neighbors, oh my gosh. And we have 2 dogs we have to literally tranquilize. And we start one of them a couple days ahead of time to let it build up in her system. And then we have one we give her the night of. And it just, man, it just stresses her out so much. And I wish there was more I could do other than dope her up, because then she's got her eyes glazed over the rest of the night. But I understand, you know, people want to celebrate. It's just loud. It's so loud. We don't go down to the port anymore to watch, because it just seems like people get down there and they're all about the drinking and the partying as much as they are the celebrating. You know, you can celebrate without getting obnoxious around a bunch of kids that are trying to enjoy the fireworks. You know what I mean? So my inner grandmother comes out and, you kids, stop it, you know. But have to just let them do it. Just drink with the dog.
That's all you got.
Are you running away? Where'd you go?
Get him.
There's no getting away from me. All right, we're back to our dead end. So we've finished. And it's funny, second level is often very small. There's a thing you can plug into the wall, like the air freshener. Releases something that calms the dogs. I haven't tried it, but other people have had. I know there's one for cats, supposedly. I've never had the ones for cats, because we used to have a cat that was just the most ornery cat we've ever had, and he didn't like nobody else. So we found stuff like that online for supposedly for cats, and never had it work with him. Maybe he was just the exception, but I didn't know there was something for dogs. All right, let's. I wonder why I got the Explorer. Oh, that's just telling me where I'm at. All right. Let's go back. And we might be ready to go back down to the deeps, huh? Cats are funny like that. Like, some of them go crazy for catnip, and others it doesn't affect them at all. Yep. My cat Pearl, she passed a few months ago. She was a good kitty. She loved the catnip. Oh my God. She would drool. She'd roll around on it, because I'd put it like on a cat scratcher thing. And she would drool. It was so funny how much she would just drool. And you're right, some cats are like, look, a new scratcher, yay. All right, let's go back to base. I need help naming it, guys. Faelin needs a name for her base. I looked up a name for one of the bases I did with the Fellowship of the Streamers. And I'm like, I want something fancy. I want something in Dwarvish, you know. And looked it up, and there was this word, I think it was like Fanyamar or something. It was supposed to mean light, forest of light or something. And I was like, yeah, let's do that, you know. And they all let me do it. They let me name it that. But I think everybody's like, what do you mean Fanyamar or whatever? So I don't get to name any of the group bases anymore. All right. Oh, I did bring some stone back, but I did not want to. Got to be more mindful of that. Brought wood that I don't need. All right. The rest of it's food. Like something rude, Fanyamar? It might. You know, what Google tells you is Dwarvish. You never know if it's really Dwarvish. which is exactly why I don't get to name things anymore. So anyway, Faelin needs a name for her base here. The last base I named that had a lot of, I had used a lot of the garden stuff and a lot of the elven stuff. I called it an arboretum because it, you know, outside trees, plants. That wasn't too bad as names go. All right. Okay. Sounds a lot like something which is much ruder to a Brit than it is to an American. It's quite possible. There's a lot of words that are quite different from one culture to another. And I'm certainly not an expert to be able to make a better judgment. Let's do some bangers and mash. How's my armor? Let's repair the armor. Let's see. Let's make sure we got everything we need. I've got enough stuff to make a few Duran's lamps when we're out and about. Got all the Garens I could possibly ever need. I think I only need 5, but I haven't found the Musnicon chest yet. And some extra granite and true quartz to repair. And I think I put Scour Pilsner in here, right? Because if we're going down to the deeps, we'll need to prepare for some poison. So I will drink some before we go, and then I'm taking some with me. But yeah, I need a name. If you can help me come up with something cool for my little base here. My little, I don't know, cabin in the woods. There's a new DLC coming out. I'm not sure when. Supposedly sometime this summer. That's, what's it called? Bjorn? The Bjorn DLC, which is going to have a lot more wood building to make it like a lodge. Make it look like a lodge. So that'll be fun. You can actually make a real cabin. I got here creatures. Yep, wargs. We found some wargs. Alright, where are we going? 3rd level. We're going to go down to... Let's finish out that mine. And I can get some copper and tin while I'm down there. So which... Oh, we also got the first deep also, right? That's 3rd. First deep. I was going to go there too to see if there was another area here in 2nd stair. Let's do it in order. We might as well. So we got a tin quarry. There we go. I marked the tin quarry. Let's go check out the tin quarry. I probably won't do the whole thing, but we'll definitely need to get some tin. Because we use that for the Shanor. Alright. Yeah, it's nice. Plenty of tin. Let's get a little bit while we're here. And then we're going to go into that stair and see if there's another level, another floor to this level. Nice. Whoops. Plenty of garnet if you need that. Looks good in the gold piles. Let's see. Probably get up here and hit this and it'll break my ladder. These big rooms, it really is an advantage if you just make a bunch of scaffolding. I'm getting a little tin. Woo! I'll break myself right to the floor. How'd I do? Got a good amount. Let's drop this stone. Last night I went to her old base to finish gathering the rest of the stuff I'd left behind. And I was picking up wood and metal fragments and, you know, just other things I needed. And I got back to this base and I couldn't find my axe. And I went back and I searched and I searched. I went the whole area and I know I had it with me because I'd gotten attacked by wolves. And I could not find it. I don't know where the hell it went. Just, it was gone. I'm like, what did it do? Fall through a floor or something? Couldn't find it. Luckily I had all the materials to make another one. Like there's more tin up there and there's more tin over there, but I will definitely, I can come back and do that later. So I'm gonna go over here to, there's the Moostakon for the mines, which I believe I've already opened. Yep, that was Gimmel's mine, or Gimmel's Moostakon. I'm going to go ahead and put a Duran's lamp because I might be through here again. Makes it easier. I don't hear her singing. Here she goes. All right. Met with a friend yesterday, lives out in Texas.
Till during
She's
weeks
a granddaughter of a friend, and when I was looking for a new office manager, she was recommended. And I hadn't seen her in over a year, and she came out, and we went and had lunch at the local Thai restaurant yesterday. Honestly, it was the first time I'd socialized in so long, because I'm either working or I'm at home streaming or, you know, doing something else. So it was nice to get out and see her and do something fun. All right, I wanted to go to the stair. Which way am I going? This way? Not that way. Must be this way. Back through here. It's actually not a bad restaurant for our little dinky town. Let's repair our armor before we go wandering. I was wearing the Orc Hunter, what do they call it? Orc Hunter Galea? I don't know. But when you're trying to use a bow, or when you're building especially, it would get in the way, so I ended up having to take it off because I couldn't see in front of me when I was building. So I just have the helmetless feature on. If you go all the trouble to, you know, give them tattoos or scars or hair and all that, you might as well See, we got yellow area over there. That's those big Urok guys. They kick. Oh my gosh, they kick so hard. I have a hard time with them when I am geared up. You definitely need a blunt weapon for them because they are heavy armored. Alright, let's see if there's another area, another floor nearby, another landing. Might be. Looks like we haven't been down there yet. Maybe a little bit. Let's see. Just make sure we didn't miss anything. Sometimes there's a landing like about halfway up or whatever. And that already took us into second deep. So there's no landing for that here. Let's see if there's an up at all. Isn't it funny? You can even hear crickets. The detail in this game sometimes is pretty impressive. Alright, we're back to second stair and second level. Let's see, or first deep. Let's see if there's anything else up. There's probably nothing through here. Usually if there's a trail, I'll put two, I'll put two standing torches. When there's not a trail, I usually put 3, so I don't keep running in there over and over again going, did I go this way? So we know there's nothing that way. Alright, we got stairs over here, right? Let's see where these go. Looks like I might have at least come down from here. Let's put on our lights, our headlights. Not only helps you see, but it takes away the debuff you're getting for being in the dark. More up. There wasn't anything over here, was there? No out anywhere else. Nope, no out. Looks like I've already explored up. Might get us to first level. Doesn't look like I'm finding any extra landings that I haven't explored. So that area in the first deep is just pretty small, I guess. Yep, so this takes us up to first level. Alright, there's more down, but we've already got a map stone. So we're gonna go back down. One thought would be there may be, if you sneak through the yellow, you might find more mines. But I really don't want to do that yet. Not ready. So we're gonna go down, we're gonna go back and dump some stuff, and then we're gonna head down to, what's this one? Mapstone King's Mine. Alright, let's put, I was gonna put another mapstone, but I think we've got something right over here, right? In the Orc town. Almost took extra stone back with me. So what do we got to put away? Tin. And it's night, we're gonna sleep, and that way we should get some more blessing. Oh, I've got the copper and tin together. At least until I get more. Everything else goes inside. Getting a pretty good collection of fragments. Probably don't need to pick up a lot more, but I'm always afraid I'll run out of fragments in the middle of a battle, right? That is the wrong time to run out. Let's see, we were making some dough. And I need to make more milled oats. Now we can make pie. Pie and cookies. So, we got cave honey. I don't know why, but pasties, it sounds like a calzone or something that, you know, it's a dough with meat and stuff stuffed in it. Mushroom pie I can live without. Yuck. I need to get some eggs. I need the feathers. Alright, mixables are stuff you can't eat right, you know, raw. Edibles, and I know people use edibles for another word, or another product, but I use it for stuff you can just reach in and eat. Growing up in Northern California, though, I know the other use for the word edible. I'm sure a lot of you do as well. Alright, we've got Orc Hunter stuff. We just do not need any more. I should probably just stop picking it up, right? Oh, looks like we're gonna have some fun.
Well, I'll destroy you first.
Alright, which door are they gonna come at? Usually I can see like the damage, point damage. I don't see any point damage here either, but it almost sounds like they're over this way. There we go. Oh, it sounds like we're actually fighting a bear.
Quiet. I see prey ahead.
Quit picking on the bear. That's right, bear. You take him out.
That's all you got.
Get him, bear.
Perfect.
Oh, I missed it. I was hoping to get it.
Yeah.
Don't chase me, bear. I'm trying to protect you. Alright, let him pick on the bear. Get him, bear. I know I need the hide from the bear, but I just kind of root for the bear. I don't know why. I think they might have killed the bear though. I don't see the bear. Oh, there's the bear. Good. Go eat that guy. Oh, I got stuck on the lip. Oh man, I got stuck.
Now that's a killing blow.
Let's put another platform right here. Alright. Let's see if they damaged anything. I absolutely would not have this star metal hammer yet, but I needed it to open up the granite pieces. Oops! Hey, Mr. Bear. I do not taste good at all. Goblins taste so much better. Alright. Oh, we survived. I wanted to go to sleep though. Now we're gonna wake up, it'll be noon. I'll sleep and then we'll go get our blessing. I guess that's the only problem with living here is you hear the goblin men yelling all the time.
Frazzled as a hobbit could be when the bell it rang, and what did he see? For final guests awaiting for heed, they hung right up the hoods they wore, but
I know people who know all the words. How many of you know the words? You'd think, given how much I play, I would know the words, but I do not. I mean, I can probably sing a few of them, but... You know, I had to have side rails on my bed since I'm old, you know, so I don't fall out of bed at night. Something to hold on to when I get up in the morning. Hey, Alaskan. Problem in general that you hear orcs and goblins all the time. I know. At least though in campaign, when you got rid of them from an area, they didn't hang out there. You know. In Sandbox, they just kind of keep hanging out there even once you take down their flag. How are you today? What you got planned? Hopefully it's your day off and you can do some fun. I got stuff to put away. You getting ready for our triple Ds? That's why you prefer campaign in Elven. Yep, only in Elven. Everywhere else you still hear them from patrols. Yep, but yep, Elven, it is nice. Cloth. My base turned out pretty good, I think. Looking pretty nice. Oops, no. I have, look at these. I have like 15 now. It's ridiculous. Gonna spend the day looking at editing. Okay. Are you gonna be able to join us for triple Ds, or are you still busy with other stuff? I know you said it was gonna be pretty crowded in your town. Alright. Meat is not... Probably crazy busy. Let's put that ration away. I should mark that rations. And I don't need that on me. And we can get rid of that extra. So let's go get the blessing just because we haven't gotten it in a while. are you doing? Get ourselves organized. Alright, let's repair. It's already noon. Alright, which way is our blessing? I think it's this way. Yep. And this seems to be like a corridor for every goblin to hang out. I came in here one time and there was like a dozen of them.
Something's over there.
Just hanging out.
Perfect.
Like they're waiting for a bus or something.
Ha, that's one more for me.
Yeah. More goblin heads that I do not need, but you know. Alright, we got to remember to come back. Would it be day 82? We need to come back. Got my fortifications working. The other wall, every time I'd come back, it'd be broken. So I had to take everything out, put it back in, and it finally stayed. Before, I would replace, I'd replace one section that fell out, and I'd come back and it would be broken again. So then I'd fix another area. I'd come back and it'd be broken again. So I think I've got it now. Man, you know, I should just make some dump chests over here instead of spending so much time unloading. I think I got a couple empty ones up here. And I'll just use them as a dump chest. There we go. Does anything else take 4 days to grow? You can put a planter of that in your base. When it was full, you know, Elfbreast was too. Let me think about that. Because everything grows so much faster now. Like the oats, they grow like overnight. They screwed with growing, so now I don't know. I don't know either. I don't know either. Huh. Maybe the mushrooms, I don't know. See, I just planted most of this. The poison mushrooms are still growing. But everything else looks grown. Let's see. Sunions are ready. Oh, the ale is still blooming. I wonder if it's in the wiki. Might be in the wiki somewhere. Alright, food's good. Let's get back out there. We've still got another hour, maybe hour and a half. I liked how everything used to take 4 days. Then you had to run one run to pick everything. Now it's all over the place, so I don't care anymore. Hardly garden at all. Oh wow. Hi, Time Lord. We were just talking about how much the gardening has changed. Where are we headed? I think we're ready to go down in the deeps. We finished second level. We did as much in the first level as I'm able or willing to do. Third level, one of the mine, there's a mine up there, but I haven't found third stair yet, have I? Nope, that's third stair. We could go to third level and get some more mining. Which orc is this? Gundabad. We don't want to play with them yet. But we could do that. And then we've got the deeps. What do we want to do? Let's go finish the second deep. Looks like it's pretty close to being done. Mapstone King's Mine. It's interesting how one thing that seems consistent with Sandbox is that the second level, where the other elven area usually is quite often very small compared to some of the other ones. Ah, copper. That is one of the things I need. Let's see if we got any friends over here anymore. I'll just pick up this rotten meat laying on the ground, save it for later. All right, let's get a little bit of this copper. I got the god pick, so shouldn't take us very long. We got a camp up there. Oh, there's some feathers. I have not been getting the feathers and the eggs that I normally do. Well, Alaska, I hope the fire department wasn't real busy where you were last night. I know it can be quite busy on the 4th. All right, this will go all the way to the bottom. Should watch The Hobbit, the movie. I have watched all the movies, The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. I thought Martin Freeman did a great job as the young Bilbo. I enjoyed that a lot. Just watched the first one. The last one is terrible. Oh. I'll have to watch him again, just out of curiosity. Why didn't you like the last one? Let's see. Some more. I watched a video that they were doing the makeup on the actor that plays Thorin, the King Thorin. He looked so different as the dwarf than he did in real life. It was amazing how different it was. Hey, I want that. I want that copper up there. Let's see. Can I get up to it? Peter Jackson had to hurry things. Well, it's never good to hurry. Have to hurry something. It's not gonna let me get it. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I loved them all though, and I just felt like all the actors they chose just seemed to fit the part really well. Like, they were believable in that role. And now I would think if they did a remake, how would they be able to get an actor that would be able to do it as well? There's some movies that you're like, anybody could have done that, but I felt like they did for all the Lord of the Ring movies. Oh, the studio. Oh, Stephen Armitage. Yeah, Armitage is right. I do remember that. Studio put pressure on him, apparently. Just look at the Gollum game. I have never seen the Gollum game, but when I first started watching Return to Moria, I watched, I think it was Nerd of the Rings, and he was talking about just how terrible it was. They also did not like the Ring of Power series. Neither him nor he studied Tolkien. That's his whole channel is all about Tolkien, not just gaming. And Voice of the Rings, I'd watch them, and they're like, they'd watch it and then they would pick it apart because they were like, you know, it didn't go with the lore at all. You know, they're creative license movie companies, and
Perfect.
I think it was put out by Amazon. Is that right?
That's all you got.
Prime Video or whoever it was. That was rude. You're not supposed to hit Grandma. Yeah, Ring of Power got it. I watched the first season and I've watched part of the second season, and I liked it just for the acting and the storyline and stuff. I'm not up on the lore enough to be able to say whether it matched it or not. So I watched it because I thought it was a good show, but I never got around to completing the second season. It's funny because newer shows I might watch a little bit, you know, I'll watch 1 or 2 episodes. And then shows that I've watched 10 times, I will still go back to and watch, like Supernatural with Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki, Jim Beaver, all those folks. I don't know how many times I've watched that show. Probably a dozen times. And I'll go back to it. And recently I'm watching I just finished the Vampire Diaries, and I started the originals. And again, it's another one I've just watched. And I just turn it on. You don't have to pay attention to it. You know, it's just on in the background. So it's okay. I'll do a puzzle or something while I'm watching it. All right. Let's drop some more of this. Pick up the copper. I don't want the stone. Quit picking up the stone. That's why I like to pick it up and put it back down so you don't suck it up all the time. We're getting full. Okay, that tab is going into a yellow area. Oh, we got the boots. So we're probably not going to go in, but we'll open it and see what I see. Probably have a drake right in front of me. Ooh. The Eastern, what do you call it? The Bastion or the Black Abyss. I've watched people. In fact, I think I did it with the Fellowship of the Streamers. We went climbing all through here. And I'm like, that's okay. As long as I am able to get to the areas I want to get to, I don't need to go looking there. But we are going to mark it, because otherwise I'll keep looking at that tab thinking, oh, I need to go there. I didn't want to use that symbol though. Let's edit. We're going to use this one, and we're going to call, I hope they're not saying get him about me. They are, aren't they? No fair, I'm typing.
Kill him.
No, don't kill him. And I'm a girl, not a him.
Now that's a killing blow.
That's what you get for picking on me. Alright, so now I've got it labeled Bastion, so I know that's what that is, so I don't keep wondering if I've been there or not. It's hard to explain, but they messed a few things up. Yeah, I think that's the problem when you do a book. You take a book and put it into a movie. think I was sharing the other day, I read a book. There was 3 of them. Christopher Paolioni, I believe is his name. Young kid. I think his first book he wrote like at 17 or something, really young. And he did a book all about Dragon Rider. I think his name was like actually Aragon. It kind of is very similar to the guy in Lord of the Rings. The timeline with Numenor. Yeah, I wouldn't know that at all. Anyway, that movie adaptation they did of Christopher Paolioni's book, they tried to put 3 books into one movie. It just didn't work. It even had, was it Jason Isaacs or not Jason Isaacs? What's the other actors that has Isaac in his name? Jeremy Irons. I think that's who it was. You know, they had a couple of good actors. John Malkovich was in it too. And it was terrible. I watched it, but it was terrible. It's not right. You don't think the timeline is right? All right, let's go put some stuff away. Right? Let's see. Let's see. Do I want to... Yep, I'm all beat up and I need to dump some stuff. So let's go back. Need to eat. And we will sleep so the blessing will grow. You think the dwarfs are your favorite races? Yeah. They have a lot of character. I don't mind looking at the elves. I mean, they usually have very attractive people playing the elves, especially Orlando Bloom, for instance. But they just seem snobby, right? They're snobby. All right, we're just gonna do jump dump chest, and I will organize it later. What are we doing? We didn't put anything away that we want, did we? Yep, metal fragments. There I do, doing that dump all and not realizing what I'm putting away. Okay. Let's eat a mushroom so we're not starving when we go to sleep. Go get some ale. It's a bit of a windy path to get up to my room, but I like how it turned out. Let's have some ale. Don't need to climb on the kettle. And let's sing. Gonna dance on the warg. Whoops, sing. You ever notice you can't see the front of them when they're drinking? Doesn't matter how I turn, it's always from the back side. Oh, I got him forward that way. How about that? As I'm saying, you can't do it. I think I was just spinning with the right, but I used the left stick for that. My little troll couch. Turned to stone, because I got light up here. Although I don't like the hobbits, you know, in Lord of the Rings. They're comic relief. All right. All right, so let's go back out. Now's my time. we are gonna go back to... I'm gonna go finish off that tab down there. So this is King's Mine. So it'll be a bit of a walk, but we'll get there and get that other section done. Viper! Just looking in briefly after a long visit from my sister who has come over from Australia. Nice! You're in the UK, so that must have been a bit of a drive. Or a flight. Yeah, I hope you're feeling up to it, you know. I know you're not feeling well. I hope you're feeling better. I'll have to give you a tour. I finished that base. But first, we need to... Are you getting any closer to finishing up all your medical stuff? You certainly don't have to give any personal information while we're here. But I know you haven't been feeling good. Let's get some copper since it's close by. Thank goodness for the God pick. I didn't need as much copper as I needed tin, but we'll take it. Yep, opposite side of the planet. Yeah, geography was never my strong suit, and we in the family, we all know that. Remember that game, Trivial Pursuit, that came out? Gosh, it's definitely been years. I love Trivial Pursuit. I love movie trivia and music trivia, but I would always get my butt whooped on the geography, the history. Terrible at both of those. Medical wise, stuck waiting for dentist to see me to give clearance for the surgery. Yeah, well, I hope they come soon. I know it can get pretty boring sitting around waiting in the hospital. Hopefully they got good food in there. I'd send you a pizza if I could. Alright, going this way. Nope, we're not going that way. The dwarves remind me of the people in the part of England you're from. Oh. Stubborn? Stubborn and drink a lot of ale? Alright. Need the Zaleb to make lights and stuff. Several days, man. Well, you said you had the best medical team you could find, so hopefully they're going to take good care of you. So I need to go this way. So the ancient secret. Ancient Chinese secret. They're close to Scotland and they love a drink, and there was a lot of mining in our community. Ah, okay. That is one thing I did like about Ring of Power. I like the folks that were doing the dwarf characters, the actors. And I don't need that. Alright. So, question is, can I get to that area I need to go from here? Or am I going to have to go back around the other way? I don't want to pick you up. That's why I try to put you down. Sometimes you can get
Quiet.
through
I see
here,
tree ahead.
sometimes you can't. Hope Axbear's not watching. Parsnips. Yes, I'm in the Royal Papworth Hospital, which is absolutely one of the very best heart and lung hospitals in the world. Well, I'm so happy that that is where you are. I mean, if you're going to be stuck having to go through something like that, it might as well be the best hospital you can be in. Ah, and it happens to be where you live. Okay, so you didn't have to go very far. Alright, so we're hoping that I can get out over here.
Get her!
Empty. Okay, can we get out through here? Looks like we might be able to. I've already repaired the monument. Already sang and everything.
You ain't got no. None fruit that I met.
Oh, looks like a river. Yep, one of the rivers. Okay. Don't need to go there. They can be stubborn. Alright, let's drop. Look at me, I'm all full again because I keep stopping for copper. Okay, we're gonna have, I'm betting we're gonna have a camp in here. Just looks like one of those kind of places. Looks like a dead end also. We're gonna go ahead, we're pretty far from a mat stone. So we'll put that down there. Ah, absolutely free. Well, that's even better. Not only the best healthcare you can get, but free healthcare. Yeah, I don't want to get into politics or anything, but we certainly don't have that advantage here. Okay, here we go.
Dwarves are bad.
Perfect.
Oh, stuck by the standard here. Roll, roll. Why? Oh, she's not rolling because her stamina's crap. He got
That's all
shot
you
by an
got.
arrow from his own guy. I should have drank some ale before I left. Of course, I probably would have used it all by now. The only reason I'm doing so well with these guys is because I have this tier 4 weapon. Oh, they both hit me.
Ha, that's one more for me. Ha, yeah.
Sorry, snack rat. Alright, well we didn't die. That's good. I'm too full to pick it up though. Don't need the parsnips. I wouldn't eat parsnips anyway. I often don't use the all the a box, but I will use them like if I'm going into a battle, like one of the orc bosses. I'll use the other ones. Oh, I hate to leave stuff behind. So we got copper in here. Won't have room for none of it. And this looks like it's a dead end from the map anyway. Let's do a round and see. And we're going to go up top because sometimes there's a statue up there. No, out that way. There's a statue over here. Have to look. I'm not sure if I've finished up all the Belagos stuff. Oh, we're starting on the Gray Mountain. Usually, sometimes there's a statue up there, but I don't see one. All right. So we have now finished up this area. Got plenty of map stones or diamonds. I'm trying to decide if I just want to map stone out of here. I sure do hate leaving map stones behind. But I'm quite a distance away from the other one. So let's go back to base. Oh man, I can't pick up my iron ingots. Oh, it hurts. It hurts to drop things. Ingots are important. Don't let Hephaestus see me. He doesn't like it when I leave stuff behind. Alright guys, I still need a name for my base. Viper, did you see the final project of this little build project? Dump chests over here. Well, let's see. Let's put this away here. We're just going to use this as a dump chest, so. Okay, looks good. Oh, and I remember seeing those feathers a while back and I didn't go get them, did I? I know we get the you get the breakfast buff when you eat the meal at the time of day it's designed for, like breakfast and lunch. But then you end up eating all your fruit up and you have all these other ingredients because I don't usually come back during the day to where I would eat lunch. Some people say you should at least eat dinner before you go to bed because there's a buff you can get that'll last for a little while, but I usually don't.
Or little back inside for tea. Fussy as a hobbit could be. Was he grimacing or grinning with glee? What does it matter? The drinks were free. They hung right up the hood.
I swear I never
they
could
wore,
get
but
it to where I
told
could
John
watch
that
from the
there'd
front
be more.
before.
They poured the milk on the pantry
Got
floor.
something different.
With Billy and Killy and Dory and Nori and Dory and Owen and Glowing and Biffer and Buffer and Bumper and Thorin came knocking at Bilbo's door.
Okay.
Let's sing it again.
Let's sing it again. That means you get a second mug, right? Hi, kitty. All right. Let's remember to get some ale before we leave today. All right. So we are headed to the deeps, right? Either the deep or we already checked the first deep. We finished off the second deep. So let's go up. Let's go up to the third level. So we need to go over to third stair. So we're not going to go to the deeps. We don't need the Scour Pilsner. Day 82, we need to go and get our blessing. And we are at day 80. The Fanghorn, drink that one first because it lasts so long. Smoked mead, you want that for your stamina. Also helps reduce the damage. You can get a lot of buffs from the ale, from your box, from your food. Totally be ready. Oh, I haven't been admiring my gold. I haven't been doing my admiring or memorial flame honoring. Just going out willy-nilly. We did the spark smoked meat. I don't think we got anything cooking up there. All right. Let's admire. Of course, we're going to be climbing upstairs, so all of this will wear off by the time we get there. All right, where is my third stair? Is that third stair? Second level. Third stair, mapstone, third stair. That makes it easy. Mapstone, third stair, because I need to go to third stair. I know it's getting late for you, Viper, so you'll have to watch later. Today will be the finale of the Triple Ds. We know where she is, and we're going to go get her. Okay, level goes up. Third goes up. So we're going to go up. We'll try to avoid the yellow areas and go to that other, look like a tan, so it's going to be one of the mines. Should be at least. It's going down. One of the first groups I played with, Strider of Valor, one of the first times I really did would participate in any kind of stream, you know, live anything. There was a group of us in the stairs, and somebody went down to the bottom, and then the rest of us were we jumped, and I kind of bounced off a ledge. I didn't make it all the way down, which was disappointing, but everybody just jumped. It was pretty funny. All right. Let's check the landing, make sure we didn't miss anything. Doesn't look like it. All right, so let's keep going up. I won't be streaming Sunday afternoon the Dragon Wilds anymore. I don't know if anybody was watching that series. So I'm not gonna do that one. Gotta have some time to work in the yard, work in the garden. I missed my strawberries this year. They came and went. All right, we're almost there. There we are. Third stair. But if it's raining and I don't have anything else to do, I will probably do something pop up, you know, maybe Oblivion or one of the other ones I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna come back here at some point, so I might go ahead and put a map stone here. Then we'll mark it by fathom, so it's easy to know where I am. So mark the map, mark where I'm at. No, edit that. Edit, and we are at 157 fathoms. All right. Oh, hi, that ensalada. I'm glad you're lurking. We are going to head into a new area. Get rid of the stone. First mines. A lot more copper and tin. Let's see. What are the Fury box? I don't use those. I know some people like them. They give you like energy or more power or something, but you also take hits and whatever. I'm not doing it. I don't need to worry about what's killing me. It's funny. I wonder if they did an update recently, because it seems like some games, all I ever get out of the boxes anymore is the cuttings. All right, we got quite a few choices here. Which way to go? Oh, that might be our Hobgoblet Ranger camp. So let's try this way. No. Where's that way? Okay. Awfully quiet in here, isn't it? More of the gray mountains. We got an out over there. out over here. I'm gonna have to do a feather run. Or just start taking the time to get the feathers.
Troll!
Oh,
Did you see us?
oh, look at that. Look at him sitting up there. Is there sunshine? What time is it? Noon? Let's see, is this sun? Yes, it is. All right. Hey, Mr. Troll, come chase me. I don't think I've ever seen one standing on the rock like that. Hey, Troll. Hello, Troll. Hello, Troll. See me, Troll? Yes, see me. Chase me. Oh, I went too fast for him. Where'd he go? He really just wants to hang out up there. Oh, do I have a glitch happening here? Well, watch me. I'll come in and sing, and it won't be a glitch, and he'll start chasing me. I mean, should I leave him if he doesn't chase me? So if I go up there and try to kill him, that'd be a bad spot to fight him. Hi, Miriak. Look, I have a troll. He's kind of stuck in the rock up there. So I'm going to try to sing and get this shadow out of here. I'm going to take advantage. I wish I had brought my bow. Trying to decide if I want to leave him there and just work around him or go after him.
Till Durin wakes
I
from
suppose the first time I hit him, he'll get unstuck. Let's see. Let's go. Have you had them stuck like that before? He'll stay there? I can't remember having one up on the rocks like that before. That's okay. I'll go in here and steal his gold. He will eventually throw rocks. Technically, isn't it animal cruelty to leave him? Because he might like starve to death? Is that what you're implying? Let me wrestle with that ethical question. If he would come down, I'd get him to chase me into the sun. I love it when that happens. Poor Trevor. Are you calling the troll Trevor? Trevor the troll?
Eyes up! Monsters in the air!
How rude of it would it be for me to come in here and steal all his treasure while he's stuck there? You like to name the trolls? And they all have T names. Well, makes sense. He's a troll. He needs a Trevor name. Needs a Trevor or a Tyler. Don't want the stone. I always end up with stone I don't want. How are you, Miriak? Have you been off building? I'm going to get full just of the gold and the gems. Ah, I got a new rune table recipe. The Anoran, I think, is the one that did that one. Like to think I have better hygiene than the trolls. I certainly hope you have better hygiene than the trolls. Did this morning for a few hours, clearing, repairing, and building with the mod. All right. Yeah, I finished up this character I've been building, been streaming the build, and I finished it up. So we're out adventuring today. And I definitely needed more tin. Oh, more building pieces for the mod. You're gonna make them yourself, the building pieces? You can like make them with the mod? I know we have that new DLC coming out where you can build with stuff. All right, I want to go towards the ranger camp. Oh, I didn't go in there yet. Let's go in there and statue. You have any friends in here? Doesn't look like it. More tin. Getting awfully full though. All right, which one of these is going to go to the ranger camp? Let's do the little tab that's out of the troll room. So, I'm trying to decide that ethical question of should I kill the troll. If I had my crossbow, I probably would. But either I would be up there trying to fight him on that wood structure and getting stuck on it, or he would eventually get down. Okay, this is probably where the ranger camp is. I recognize the area. So we're going to put our little repair smithy. Let's go ahead and put a map stone. All right, because there's going to be camp down here
Orcs,
almost
we got
every
orcs.
time. And there's our ranger camp over there.
Perfect. Now that's a killing blow.
Here we go. Hi guys. I'm inviting myself to the party.
Something out there.
Ah, quit letting him hit you, Grandma. Ah,
Ha, that's one more for me.
took him out with a good punch from the weapon. Good block. Oh, I'm gonna have to drop something to pick up that. There's one of the pages. Oh, shit. Go away, spiders. Man, they can screw up your armor. They spit at you. Alright, I haven't found any other ranger pages, have I? Oh golly, what am I gonna drop? I absolutely hate to drop gems and coins. I'll drop that for now because I'm gonna go put the ranger page in. There'll probably be one more ranger page in here. And need 3 more. All right, we're gonna look around in here, see if we can find those other 3. Nope. Not gonna break it because maybe if I'll come back in here I'll remember I got stuff left in there. I was hoping there'd be more chests that might have the ranger pages in it, but it doesn't look like it. Miriak, if you're still around, we're doing the finale for the Triple Ds here in about, what, an hour and 10 minutes. You hate small bags. Yeah, I went and got the mountain pack for this one, but I don't have the mods. Because I certainly haven't earned the mountain pack by now, but I absolutely hate the small bags. I mean, if I'm doing a, you know, like a pure run through, I might. We're going to, so we need 3. I'll go ahead and leave that map stone over there. Actually, I better go repair my armor, huh? So that troll's just going to stay there, so, might just leave him. Might be kind of fun just to leave him there. Come back and see him again. You know, visit him. He could be my pet. Little Trevor the Troll. You're going to watch as much of the Ds as you can. Yep. Shouldn't take the normal 4 hours that we have blocked off. We've already taken out the shadow orcs and the boss and everything. A nice big tin wall. I was hoping I'd find a ranger page in here. I'm going to go up and get this feathers. I haven't been collecting them, and when I get the crossbow, I'm going to want feathers. Probably have to drop something though to take them, huh? I think at this point, I'm going to drop those. Oh, that was painful. But I need the feathers. I want the jewels, the gems, but I need the feathers. So there was no chest in here that might have.
Something's sneaking about.
I knew there was a camp in there. I was like, where is it?
Perfect.
Oh, come on. You were blocking.
That's all you got.
Hit me. I think it's totally funny when they're shooting arrows and they hit one of their own guys. It's like, come on, guys. You're like stormtroopers. You need better aim. Okay, there's so much I'm not going to be able to pick up. We got to drop something to get... Hopefully I have enough of those. There's another ranger page. We needed 3, right? A little bit more of the Gray Mountain gear. Maybe there'll be some more ranger pages up here. Nope, but we'll take this stuff. Come on, I just need 2 more. Jeez. I thought I saw something shimmering up here. Let's go see. Nope, maybe not. Oh, elven wood. Don't have a lot of rope yet, so I'm going to go ahead and take that back. I better repair my armor, huh? I have a repair smithy behind me, but I'm just going to go ahead and repair it here. The very, very first time I played through, it never dawned on me to start taking a smithy with me once I had the iron ingots. It was actually Miriak. He was one of the guys I watched early. And I saw him doing it, and I'm like, I'm such an idiot. I could have figured that out. But I didn't. Oh, that's that lore page I couldn't take with me. Let's hope there's 2 more ranger pages in here. Might be one in that box. Let's get some, let's take one of the limbus and get some energy so we can get our stamina. You are not a bad influence. I mean, you haven't been a bad influence with me anyway. Can't speak to your wife. Maybe you're a bad influence on her. Go, go, go. Don't let him hit you. You've been a good influence for sure. And the other thing that was so obvious to me that you did that was like never obvious to me is when you built stairs to put the pipe piece back in the the forges. I was always trying to toss it up there, you know, and I saw you do those stairs, and I swear I was like, oh my god, face on palm, you know. It's like, why didn't I think of that? I'm an intelligent person. But you don't feel intelligent when you see somebody else do something so, like, duh.
I hear something.
Oh, I missed. These orcs. What's the question mark for, Time Lord? Did I miss something? Alright, I am full of everything. Really need to go back. I don't think I have any fennel seeds, so I want to hang on to those. I need the Anoran if I want to use that new rune. There we go. The Fury Abak. Don't want that. Simple solutions are best. Sometimes they are hard to see. Yeah, I guess, you know, you're thinking it's more complicated than that, and it's really not. Okay, I needed 3 more, right? So that's 2 more. Any chance there's one more just laying around in here? Might be a camp up top, right? Sometimes there's a camp up there. Oh, hello guys. Are you hiding? You knew Faelin was here and you didn't want to come out and play? Sometimes there's a camp up there, and if there is, they might have one in their chest. There are some orcs hanging out up there. Oh, let's repair the armor again. Not ducking and dodging very well today. Alright. Send them back to Morgar. Yes. I'd like to send those Uroks back. Man. I think Bolgak is the most difficult orc in my mind. The most difficult orc boss. And probably for several factors. And then the Uroks. And it's that armor and the kick and the swing. And they're so difficult. I'd send them all back if I could. Yes, we do have her in about an hour. Yep, I've been telling people they got to stick around and watch. So I am going to finish up here in a minute. I'm trying to find the last ranger page so I can go finish out that ranger camp. I only need one more, so I'm hoping it's going to be in this camp up here. Pretty sure there's a camp up here. And then I will head out and get ready for triple D's. Yep.
Orcs,
All right.
we got orcs.
Please have that ranger page, fellas.
Get him. What's that?
Ah, it got me. It got me too. Oh. I'm against the wall here.
Now that's
See what I'm doing. Oh. Now that was just obscene, right? The way they died, that particular vocalization, I'm like, that's just obscene. All right. Where is the key? I need a fork, Miriak. There it is. Yay! Got it. Alright, let's make our way back to that ranger camp. And then we'll go back to base. If anybody's been watching me build that base, I'll do a quick tour. Not that way. Must be that way. We'll leave that map stone there just because we need to come back in here anyway. We'll go by and say hi to Trevor. Trevor the troll. Or maybe he's before this area. I think he was before this area, wasn't he? Alright. This should be the hobgoblet. Yep. Alright, let's make sure we're not taking anything back we don't want like that. I think there was a few things in here I could take. Let's get to our map stone, which is this away. Can also come back and get the rest of the tin. Let's go ahead and repair since we're standing right here. All right. I'll dump into the dump chest, and then while I'm doing that, I'll give a quick tour. We still haven't named the base, guys. I need help how to name the base. All right, so this is the structure with the gazebo up top. The gazebo is my bedroom. Kitchen with all the comforts of home except the stove. Haven't unlocked the stove yet. Crafts and decorations. Got a wraparound balcony. I was just going to make this like a gazebo garden area and decided to turn it into my bedroom. So we did one of Betty's beds. Got some rails in case I fall out of bed and can't get up. Some furniture. And I had originally put a storage system in the back of the house, and then I decided I didn't like that. But I've hidden orc or the drake stuff in the bushes. Let me take this Aragorn Region armor off. It's better in the dark. He's kind of hanging out in the trees. Figured out I could sink them. And then I got one over here. Looks like he's sitting in the tar pits. Got one poking his head through here. I got that idea from Blue Jackson. Poking his head through like the Jurassic Park. He had one. He was able to back it out through a wall and then put a plant through it. And then this is the forage area and some nice storage. I've got a couple of dump chests here. Grandma's Park. Does look like a park, doesn't it? I named one of my places the Arboretum because it looked very park-like. Yeah, her name, the character's name is Faelin. So I'm trying like Faelin's Fortress, but it doesn't look like a fortress. But so here's my storage. I have extra, the top front will be for overflow, the top row, but got all my woods, building stuff, all my ores over here. And then I've started an armory over here, and it's just an outdoor armory. I did this in the Arboretum. So I didn't want another building, you know, it just, I didn't want another building in here. So I've started a little outdoor armory. And I got another drake in the tar pits over here. Got my garden. It's going pretty good. But yeah, I had just put a wall of, you know, boxes back here, but decided I liked it better, more organized. And got the Entwood, did the Welling Spring, got some ivy all around it. I think it turned out pretty cute, like a little cabin in the woods. Maybe when we get the Bjorn update, I'll turn it all into wood instead of the granite. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for now. Let's go do a raid. If you guys will go with me, we'll do a quick raid. And then I'll be back in about, what, 45 minutes or so. And we will go with Kiri, and she's going to go fight the her. Cabin in the Woods is nice too. The only reason I wouldn't name it the Cabin in the Woods is because there's a scary movie called The Cabin in the Woods. But anyway, all right, I'll see you guys in momentarily. Quit adulting long enough to go play.